For more than 4 decades, Robert Smith, the lead singer and creative force behind The Cure, has captivated fans with his haunting voice, emotional lyrics, and unmistakable Gothic style. His wild black hair, smudged eyeliner, and dark wardrobe made him an icon of alternative music. But behind the image of the shy, poetic rock star lies a complicated man, one whose personal struggles, insecurities, and pain have shaped both his art and his life. The truth is, the dark side of Robert Smith is much deeper than anyone realizes. Born in 1959 in Blackpool, England, Robert Smith grew up in a typical working-class family. By the time he formed The Cure in the late 1970s, punk had exploded across the UK, but Smith's vision was different. He wanted to create music that was emotional, honest, and haunting. His early songs like Boys Don't Cry and A Forest resonated deeply with those who felt like outsiders. But as fame grew, so did the emotional weight on his shoulders. Throughout the 1980s, The Cure became one of the most influential bands in the world, yet Smith often described himself as unhappy and detached from the success surrounding him. While millions adored his melancholic persona, few realized how real his pain was. In interviews, he has spoken openly about depression, anxiety, and self-doubt, admitting that much of his music was born from a deep struggle within himself. Songs like Pictures of You, Love Song, and Disintegration were more than hits. They were confessions from a man wrestling with his own mind. Behind the scenes, Smith's perfectionism made life difficult not just for him, but for those around him. He spent countless sleepless nights in the studio, obsessing over every note and lyric. Friends and bandmates often described him as intense, unpredictable, and emotionally withdrawn. Some even walked away from The Cure due to the heavy atmosphere that surrounded the band during their peak. The 1990s and 2000s brought new challenges. As trends shifted and grunge, then pop, took over, Smith battled with feelings of irrelevance and creative exhaustion. He admitted that he sometimes questioned whether to continue making music at all. The loss of close friends and the constant pressure of fame only deepened his isolation. For years, he avoided interviews and public appearances, preferring to hide behind his art rather than live in the spotlight. Yet, in the midst of all that darkness, Robert Smith continued to create, not out of joy, but out of survival. His music became both his therapy and his armor. Even today, in his 60s, he remains a symbol of resilience, still touring, still performing, and still pouring his soul into every song. The dark side of Robert Smith isn't about scandal or fame. It's about the emotional depth of a man who has lived his life through pain.